Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special model build video we are going to be continuing, as you can see, with our special fan home Optimus Prime build from Diagostini. Right, this is part 3, and you know what, I'm really enjoying these. I wished I'd have got around to doing these sooner, to be honest. Now, first things first, we're going to be building the right foot. There doesn't seem to be much semblance of order, as in we built the head in issue 1, we built a bit of the chest in issue 2, and now we're building the right foot. Now, the first thing I will say is this feels incredibly heavy. There's a lot of metal die-cast parts going on inside there, which we'll come back to in a second, but as always we'll have a quick perusal over the magazine. And again, although this is the 2007, there you go, Optimus Prime, as I said, there's so many things in here, which is just great. It's full of good facts, it's full of good stories. It's also got, again, full references to all of the Transformer franchise, so not just the movie. Here we go, we've got Bob Budiansky there, of course, talking about the comics, talking about, yeah, just I suppose his influence, etc. And there you can see these are the parts that we've got inside this particular pack today. Now, I'm hoping it's not going to be too sort of difficult. The bits which are coloured in, fully enough, are, as I say, are the bits that we've already done. There's the head, there's the chest, and this bit we aren't going to be able to see just yet, but it's going to look a little bit like that. And I suppose without further ado, let's have a go at building it up. So I'm just going to keep the instructions just to the side there. I'm going to zoom back in, excuse me while I do that. There we go. And let's have a look at the parts. So let's get these out. So that part is plastic, you can feel that straight away. These end bits, wow, they are just so heavy, and I suppose it's going to need to be. If it's going to be around the ankle joint, the last thing you want is it not to be very exactly that secured, supported, etc. So also, just very quickly, I want to show you this again, the back of where all the parts are. That's pretty cool. I know that lots of people, you know, love, hate Optimus Prime, but that's still, I mean, the Bay versus Optimus Prime, obviously, but that's still a cool picture to have a look at. Right, so part 1 we've got here, excuse me, and this is, as I say, all plastic, and you can also tell that it is in 2 pieces. They've done a little bit of the work for us, but it is asking us now to reinforce it, so to hold it together. So let's make sure we get the orientation right, turn that like so. In fact, I'm saying that, yeah, no, that's the way we want it, with all them holes there. That's it, that's the biggest thing. And it looks like we've got an absolute abundance of different screws here. I probably should have set all these up first and foremost, but let's have a look. So I'm just lining all these up down here just so I can get them ready, and hopefully I can go to them easier. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. As I say, this is obviously a UK thing, and it's also been out for quite some time in the UK, but I think it was the tail end of last year, so I'm talking 2024. Now, if anybody's watching this back later on, what do I need? 3, okay, so it's 2 KP screws, and it was shown at one of the, I think it was the Japanese convention, where they had this fully built, and obviously it was just about to go over there. And I think the same then, I think because there was that much interest, I think it was going to come and be useful, or sorry, be able to be available in the US, which I think is great. Right, so 2 KP screws. The KP screws are going on the top, and of course the P means we're going into plastic, and as I say, that is exactly what this part is. So let me make sure that's that one there. Let's just pop this in. I do have to confess that this free little screwdriver that came with it has been pretty much spot on. You know, I haven't had to, I've got another little screwdriver ready just in case, but I haven't really had to use it. Again, you can see I'm starting to ease off as we get closer, because I don't want or have any intention, of course we don't, what I mean, obviously, of breaking it, but you just need to be extra careful with the fact, as I say, that it is plastic. Now, at the moment, these stages are pretty big, but again, I've got the advantage of hindsight, because I've got the other 70 plus stages at least. I think there's 120 in total, 70 odd plus stages sat at home. So as I say, these longer videos at the moment are just the beginning, getting us ready, but like I've already said, what I intend to then do is show you other parts and all the extra bits that come with it. Right, JP it's asking for now at the bottom, and I can't take JP seriously. Whenever I hear JP, it is of course Jurassic Park. It just is. As soon as I hear JP, there's nothing else in my head apart from Jurassic Park. So I don't know if there's going to be a spare one. There does seem to be a lot of spare screws at the moment, which again is great. So their picture is now telling us that we need to put this one in there, and it's also saying they must be tight, but be careful not to over tighten them. And I suppose that's exactly what I've just been saying. I'm hopefully not going to be repeating myself too much. I love the fact it's got all R written on it, so we know it's the right hand side. And there we go, just ever so slightly. Teeny bit of resistance there. Don't need to do any more than that. Right, here are these two parts. So we're up to number 2 there. And again, the weight in these is incredible. It really, really is. So I'm hoping that this is all going to piece together, pardon me, quite simply. It looks like it is. So it looks, yeah, there we go. That's going to fit through there. And of course, that's how the ankle is going to tilt, rock, pivot, whatever the correct terminology would be. So let's have a look at this. And that must all be on the outside. So it looks to me now that honestly I can't explain to you the weight in this. Again, I'm used to, of course, just normal Transformer figures. This is, wow, insanely heavy. It really is. So it's saying that we need, yeah, there's the parts. So you can see we've got 3B, 3H and 3A. We put them all together, attach the outer half 3A and the inner half 3B to the ankle of the foot casing 3H, fit the parts tightly together and secure with the three pieces with 2 BM screws. So BM screws. M, of course, now it means that we are screwing into metal. I don't know what the B stands for, I'll be completely honest. When I used to work in factories, we used to have like 3x12s and stuff, and I understood that the first number was the width of the screw and then the second number was the length. But with these, I don't 100% know. So it looks like we're going to put 1 in there and 1 in there. So let's pop this on there. And again, the other cool thing is the fact that the screwdriver is pretty much magnetized. Right, that needs a little bit more force for obvious reasons because we're going to go into metal. I'm wondering whether I do need to actually use my other screwdriver now, because I don't want to do something like round off the heads, etc. So this is just another little, it's nothing special. It's definitely, as you can see, it's definitely not a proper model kit, but I use this. What I mean by that is a specialist model screwdriver, but it's got a torch on it, which I use sometimes to show the light piping, etc. on the figures. So I'm just going to see if this makes it a bit easier because I've got something extra to grip onto. No, actually it isn't. That head itself anyway isn't. Let's see what this one's like, if this one's any better. In the case of the last one, I ended up back with a little screw in it. Oh, that's definitely better. That one is. That looks like it's gone in. Is it all the way in? It's hard to tell. It looks like it's going in. This one's going, is that going in a bit further? I think it is. I think it is. Have I put that in the right place? Because that went in super easy. And I suppose so, yeah, it looks like it is. That's quite tight. And this again is quite tight. So I might do some live stream videos of things like this as well in the future, especially when we get close to the end. Let me know in the comments as well if you think that's a good idea, if you think it's something that you'd like me to do. I believe, as I say, there's 120 issues. That is definitely tight enough now, and I did revert back to this in the end anyway. So we are up to there. That is that stage. Last part on this page, it looks like we've got to put a washer 3K onto an MP screw. So this is going to be a bit of a detail now by the looks of it. Now, is that the washer or is that the hinge? Let me just double check the parts, because of course we want to make sure that everything is right. So that is 3J. 3J is this tile. I've nearly knocked the camera over. There's this tiny little bit here by the looks of it. Everything else I can get out by hand. It does look like it. Yes, it is. So that's 3J. It's got the slits that we're going to need to go over the top of that. Yes, that's where this is going to fit on top of that. It's going to line up nicely into them slots by the looks of it. So we've got that. We need a tiny little washer, which we've got here as well. What does it say the washer is? Put a washer 3K onto an MP screw. And again, funny enough, I hear MP, and I'm sure again you Transformer collectors out there, it's Masterpiece. It's funny how we've got all these little acronyms that remind us of other things. So that's got to be the washer because there's nothing else there. And an MP, there's an MP screw. And of course, going to take extra care and attention when putting this. Fix the 3J with the screw. Let me just see if that is 3J. Yes, 3J is the name of this part, by the way, guys. So, as I say, make sure it's not that way around. Make sure it's this way around. Let's take the screw. Let's put the little washer under it as well, like so. Let's take this, carefully pop it through there. Obviously, don't push too hard. And then if we look to line, let's see if I can do this. You can see the shape there, just again like a bit of a jigsaw. Line it all up, and then of course we don't want to put too much pressure on it. That is why There's the little washer, and I'm just going to tighten it until I see the washer is flat. And I believe that that is it for there. And again, that is still fitting in. It's still, oh, it's clunking. Should it clunk? I don't know. That's better. Maybe it needs just a teeny bit more. Let's have a nose. That seems okay. Right, that is that page done. So we're going to move on now to what looks like to be the outer heel, it says. So let's take this part. And again, weight in that is incredible. And then 3D. So let's have a look at these. There's 2 of these. These are the last remaining parts. If I take all these out, again, these feel plastic. That is heavy. And that, again, is plastic. So there's all of the parts out. Let's have a look at this. So we're going to get the heel. Let's move this out of the way just so it doesn't take up all the focus. This part of the heel, which is really heavy, 3D. It must be that, and the picture we've got is that facing down, and that looks pretty right, to be fair. Let's see which side though. So the gold is gold. What I'm looking for, right, okay, there is what we're looking for. See, it looks like we've got, I don't know, something like a keyhole there, which looks like something like a keyhole there. So we need it to go that way around, so all the orientation and everything seems to be flowing the way it should. That fits over there neatly. I've just put it on backwards straight away. I need to get the keyhole visible. There we go. So that is looking exactly like that. So we need to secure it with a GP screw. Where is the GP? There's a G. Wow, that's a nice big one. But of course, I imagine it's going to be, because it's going to be going all the way through that. I should have opened all these really, shouldn't I? That long. It's not a shaft, what is it? It's just this part here, so it needs to go through. Yes, it won't go that side, you can see, definitely not. Let's get the screwdriver, let's pop this in, and let's tighten this all the way up. It also does say there, according to it showing the picture, screw the 2 parts together with the GP screw. Be careful not to over tighten the screw. Fit the pin of the joint end 3I into the upper hole of 3D. It can only fit in one position, and the little glue can be used to hold it in place. Now I don't have any glue. That's more than tight enough. I haven't gone too tight, I just felt it. Yeah, that feels okay. And then what I'm thinking this is it this part here? It looks to be this part that was in the bag with the other washer. I'm just going to check. 3I, that is what it is saying that bit is, isn't it? 3, yes, 3I into the upper hole, and it's looking like, yes, so brilliant. There's a, you can't, there you are, you can see there's a flat end there, and there's a flat end on the top of there. So this again is just going to slot. That's gone in. That definitely doesn't need any glue. That was quite a tight fit. Fantastic. There we go. So that is that part done. Now we're going to move on to stage 5, and this is where I start to panic and I constantly question myself that I've done it all right. Is that intentionally not lining up? It's got to be like that, because there's nothing I can do about it. Right, see what I mean? I'm questioning already. So now with this, it looks that needs to be turned around like so. And where's this going to go? This is going to go over. Have I got this the right way around? I probably haven't. Nope, you see. So I need that bit there. And I'm saying I need, that's going to go there. But I need to work out where this is going to attach. So it's saying that it's going to attach. Aha, there you go, over there. Right, okay, so again, keyhole underneath, keyhole on the top of there. I'm saying keyhole, but I think that's just the only thing I can relate it to, because it looks like an old school keyhole. Showing my age again now. Through the keyhole, the old program, etc. I'm going to rest that on there. It balances fine, which is great. BM screw, which is BM. I can't think of anything to go with B and M apart from maybe B, but that would be B and M bargains, wouldn't it? So I'm just making up stuff here as we go along. Do I need to put a washer in as well? No, it's just saying BM screw into this part there. So let's line this up. Oh, just missed it. These, again, to be fair, when you're doing this, I imagine you'll be in a better situation than I'm literally standing up, leaning over a table, obviously with a camera here, which isn't necessarily helping. Oh, Right, so that wasn't all the way in, obviously, which you can see. I'm just wondering why that bit would be on the outside. Oh, it's going on the inside. What I'm trying to say is I'm not making it look as easy as what it is due to the situation and circumstances in which I am attaching, that's better, these all together. I'd love to be sitting down actually comfortable, but I don't have a proper desk at my disposal to be able to do that. I just want to make sure that that's on straight. So bear with me, let me make sure that that's all on proper. So just for peace of mind, I have double checked it and it is okay. But also I just want to add again, I suppose the attention to detail is fantastic, because if you remember, we put that piece on and it's just been completely covered up. But yeah, there you go, it's on fine. And as I say, I just wanted to keep, I suppose, make sure, just reassure myself. Right, we're moving on to the last parts now. So we've got the other part of the foot, and I need to again get the correct orientation, so it's definitely got them same kickouts there. We've then got 3C, which will be this, and it says note the orientation of the parts and fit the inner heel joint 3C to the left heel 3F. So it looks like we've got, oh, there's two bits here, there's these bits here as well. So this is going to go, there you go, smaller and wider. So the smaller area is going to go over there with the rimmed parts, or the in that side. And what I mean by that, as you can see, they're all sort of ribbed around there, and that's just plain. And also it's thinner and thicker, so I'm going to pop that in straight away with an FP. Fair play, football terminology. I'm going to keep making things up as I'm doing this. I've got to, because obviously otherwise it's just you watching me put some screws into bits of metal and bits of plastic. So try and make it a bit interesting at the same time. Let's attach this in. Now, as you can see, that's moving about all by itself, so I'm going to sort of hold there. It's still going to move a little bit, is it? Yeah, good. So I haven't overly tightened it, which is great. Okay, so that's done. But do not tighten so much that the thread breaks, of course not. And that's what I'm paranoid about. Of course, I haven't got any spares with this. No, and the problem is, because I didn't do this when I first got it, they probably won't be able to send me any spares because it's so old. Note the orientation of the part and fit the upper heel joint 3E to the left heel. So let's make sure we get this right. Turn it this way around. So that bit is facing up the back. And then, of course, we've got, yep, there we go. So that is the cutout, or the wrist. That's what I'm looking for. Is it? That part, by the looks of it. So it's flush inside there. We can't see any of the keyhole by the looks of it. It looks to me that's what we need to do. And the reason why I've got that is because you can see how flush it goes in there with that indentation. And again, it's also asking us for an FP screw. Yeah, so funnily enough, knowing my luck, and I don't want to tempt any fate, and there's some wood. If I do break anything, I'll obviously be able to let you guys know if they can still send out the parts, but I'm hoping that I won't have to. As I say, it's probably, well, it's 95% my fault, obviously, because I didn't do it when they first came out. So let's tighten that up. Again, not super tight, just in enough so that the screw goes slightly flush. That's got a movement, that's got movement. Maybe that's a teensy bit tight, actually. That's better, that's better. I mean, it's not going to come out, but at least I think that's that little bit better. Let's open up to here. So now what it's saying that we need to do, and again, it looks like that, and that's exactly what I was keeping an eye out on, is it going to go on this side? That's the question. Yeah, there you go. So that's there like this. I'm copying this here. So now I need to make sure that this is the same on here. That is going to fit facing that way, which it exactly is. That is pointing down, that is pointing up. Unbelievably, it looks like I've gone and got this right. Right, so now I just need a IP screw. Where were they? Isn't IP something to do with computers, like an IP address or something? Again, you tell me. There's an IP screw. And let's just pop this in. Did I do an IP on the other side? I'm sure I didn't. Again, you can see I've got one spare screw of pretty much everything. So what I need to do is make sure that that is super flush over there, because of the weight of this, it can lie. I think you need to hold, because of the weight of this, you need to hold it there so it's not resting, so it stays, because I could have quite easily allowed that to rest on there. Same with this side. What I had to do is, I think that's probably why that's there, to be fair, to keep what have I done with that screw? To keep that, there's the screw, to keep that bit elevated so it's not going to just lie flush on there and rest. So yeah, I'm going to hold this into position, and again I might need to, hopefully not, might need to reset the film, the camera, whatever it is. Let's just partially put that in. You see what I mean? It's resting on there. I don't want it to rest on there. I'm going to support this so it's nice and flat at the same time. Support it. That's gone in. That's going to move. That's going to. So we've got that bit moving. Perhaps I undid that one a teensy little bit too much. So it looks insane. This is an ankle joint by the looks of it. As I say, guys, this is nuts. Or is it a foot? Either way, it's the back. You can see there it is. There's the back. That's what we've done so far. So this concludes part 3. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.